Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD back for another OPTC video, and in today's video we have some news on some new KIZUNA characters with an upcoming Sugo Fest that will be arriving soon on both OPTC Global and Japan, and we finally have an X-Drake Legend. So all of the Supernovas seem to have Legends now. Off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure this is the last of the Supernovas that actually needed a Legend, and X-Drake is a KIZUNA Legend, so you can bet your ass this man gonna be busted as hell. If you guys know me, I love my KIZUNA Legends. I love KIZUNA banners. They are my favorite banners in the entire game. And I'm really interested to see what this X-Drake does. I haven't read a little bit what he does, but I haven't really sort of put it all together too much. But I am really interested to see what the Zoro does as well as a 6+ aokiji. So this month's Super Evolution, yes, is 6+ aokiji. We all kind of presumed that with the Pirate Rumble, the Super Pirate Rumble event. But with that said, let's dive in. Alright, so first of all, I think we have to appreciate this man's art. Look at it! It is phenomenal! Absolutely phenomenal. They've done an amazing job with 6+ aokiji. I really hope they do 6+ Akainu, because that man was wild. And what I've seen from this particular X-Drake, very reminiscent. So it's kind of interesting that they're doing some weird shenanigans here. But let's take a look at what this aokiji does. He does seem to be a Sai character still. He is a striker and a shooter, just like he was, as well as having barrier pen, slot bind, and int damage resistance. Pretty much all of the same stuff. We will see if he's got any changes to his Pirate Rumble. But from what I can see here, everything seems pretty stock standard. So, 6+ V2 KUZAN, non-limit break expanded, will boost quick and Sai characters by 3.5 times and HP by 1.35 as well. Sorry, 3.5 times and a 1.35 HP boost. If that's what I said, I do apologize. Makes quick and Sai also beneficial, so seems to be the same. Maybe the multipliers here have increased a little bit. The character lands a good or better in the order of Sai. Quick, without breaking the chain, will boost quick and Sai characters by a further 1.2 times. So, if I remember correctly, it was like Sai, or was it quick Sai, or Sai quick, something like that. Now you have to hit Sai then quick, and then you get the extra 1.2. Not terrible. I mean, dropping in a whole character attacking to get that extra 1.2 is actually pretty nice. The extra 1.2, what's 20% of 3.5? So it'd be an extra, what? What's 10% of that? 0.35. An extra 0.7. So he got to about a 4.2 times captain, roughly. Roughly a 4.2 times captain after those 2 hits. Pretty good. Pretty good for a 6+. Nothing too crazy. Man, that might be wrong. It might be higher than that. It might be higher than 4.2. But look, with 5 times captains, like, this guy just has so much competition. Being a Sai character, be a striker, even shooter captains nowadays, like, yeah. He deals 100 times his attack in typeless damage to enemies, to one enemy. Sorry, so now he does damage. He never used to do damage. So that's interesting for supports effects. Reduces damage reduction and threshold by 2 turns. That's an interesting new addition. Changes block orbs into quick and Sai and boosts the attack by 2.25 for 1 turn. If 20 or more Sai or quick orbs were used prior to launching the special, reduce his own cooldown by 12 turns. So he basically just gives himself... He just gives himself his special back, right? Okay, well, I'm assuming so, because, like, after limit break, like, that's a lot of cooldown. It's a lot of cooldown. 2.25 times attack, nothing to scoff at for 2 very good classes. I have two colors. One very good color, the other one not so much. Interesting they've added a little bit of threshold here. The thing is with this, though, like, I always use the support of the rare recruit KUZAN. So, like, I don't know if this is going to be, like, too game-breaking. Let's take a look at his Rumble. Let's see if he changed here. 3,500 damage to all enemies. Target strength and any characters to defense on level 5. Special cooldown level 5 as well. Ability, 6 attack up, 6 speed up, 3 defense up. Look, I think he still seems very similar. Nothing too crash hot here. Nothing to do, like, game-breaking at all. I think they sort of just... They just sort of buffed him. Like, if you have this aokiji, obviously, like most people do now with the Super Rumble, don't worry about saving 2. Just Super Evolve this one and you'll be good. I do think the most appealing part about this character is honestly the artwork. The artwork is phenomenal, but the character itself, much to be desired, but we'll have to wait and see how he actually performs once we do a test with him, I guess. And on to the main event, we have Legend X-Drake. I do love the art. I'm a big fan of this artwork right here. I really like X-Drake sort of his hybrid-y kind of form. This artwork here, not too bad, but look, we'll have to wait and see. So, let's have a look here. Let's see if we get some details just from the picture. We have a super... colors that? Super... Is it Psy? Don't tell me he's Psy. He might be Psy. He's a striker and a powerhouse. He has Slotbind, Enrage, and Crit. So not a great limit break. On a 25-turn cooldown for Rumble. He's a... Okay, interesting. So he's special, Excalibur, but his captain ability boosts powerhouse and striker characters by 5 times. Pretty stock standard nowadays. 1.3 times HP and makes Psy and Int Orbs count as beneficial. So to me, he looks like he's a Psy character. Reduces crew's special reverse by 10 turns. That's interesting. And deals non-type damage to enemies at the end of the turn based on the number of perfect hits during the end of the turn. So it deals non-type damage to enemies. So is this here 400 times attack? I'm pretty sure it's the same as V2 Akainu. But to me, it looks like he does it to all enemies. So this is very reminiscent of Shank's crew when they were in their dual form, which is pretty nice. And instead of getting the special bind, you actually get special reverse removal. Very interesting, actually, because strikers and powerhouse don't really have that ability, which is pretty nice, honestly, pretty nice. So, special cuts all enemies' HP by 10%, ignoring defensive effect. Boosts striker and powerhouse characters' attack by 2.5. And if the captain is striker or powerhouse, sets the chain boundary from 3 to 40 times for 1 turn. Set the chain boundary from 2.5 to 3.35. Okay, so basically, if you are a striker at a powerhouse captain, or he's the captain, you're getting all of this. Now, obviously, doing HP cut is nice for supports that need damage. Always nice when they actually have that ability, even though the 10%, you never really seen the 10% of HP cut with normal attacks only. I feel like they just slap this on, just so you can actually just use supports that, hey, like, deal damage, you know? Boost strike and powerhouse attack by 2.5, and then if the captain is a powerhouse or striker, you get a chain boundary of 3 to 40 times. Now, this is very reminiscent of, like, Crocodile. V2 Crocodile has, like, this same effect, and it is nice to see that we're getting another character that has that. I'm thinking if you like, partner this guy up with Yamato, holy, you can do some crazy, crazy numbers. It sort of just becomes, like, the new, lore for Yamato, I guess, if you're running, like, striker teams, rather than running, like, Free Spirit Yamato teams. But nevertheless, Yamato's Psy, so you could slap this guy on anyway. But he does have a super type, which any of the supernovas, Luffy, Zoro, Law, Hawkins, Killer, Rogue, Kid, okay, so Apu. So I take it back. Apu's the only one that doesn't have a legend now that I've been thinking about it. So apologies about the start of the video. We are still missing a legend, Apu. Probably coming quite soon, to be honest. Ulti, Who's Who, Black Maria, and Sasuke, as well as Page 1. So all of the Tobi Roppo as well. Interesting. Deals 100 times his attack and type of damage to all enemies. Reduces striker and powerhouse characters' cooldown by 1 turn. Makes their dex and quick slots count as beneficial for 1 turn. And changes strength characters into super strength. Hold up, he's strength? He's strength? To me, that looks Psy, but I might be wrong. But look, it does make sense. Getting Psy and Int Orbs beneficial as a captain, as a strength captain, is really interesting. Really interesting. That makes this so much better. Like, because then he has 3 natural orbs, and then, like, powerhouse teams can run Zunesha. So, like, you're just missing Quick and Psy, and then with his super type, you can literally make them matching. Sorry, like, Dex and Quick. Besides strength, obviously, but, like, he's strength, so... Very interesting. I don't know how I feel about the reducing cooldowns, this part here, but the fact that he does damage as well as reducing cooldowns, very reminiscent of Cat Viper and Dogstorm, so super nice for, like, speed clearing content. But because he, like, is immune to special reverse, I don't know if that's, like, the greatest ability in the entire world. I would have just loved if that was special rewind, but the fact he's strength, then you got VV, so... Look, I don't dislike him. I don't dislike him at all. I think he's quite a good character. Quick Orbs beneficial for Striker and Powerhouse. Now, then that's really strange. Like, why Quick? And then he's a stat booster by 60. Limit Break is, yeah, the stuff we already spoke about. Support, though. Oh, this support looks interesting. Once per quest, if the supported character does a damage dealing special or percent damage special, boosts striker character's attack by 1.75 for 1 turn. And goes on any striker. Yamato, baby. Like, you stick this on Yamato, you Gucci. Yamato's now an attack booster as well. Holy, that girl does so much. Well, obviously she doesn't, like X-Drake does, but the potential you have with Yamato is just endless. Alright, Rumble. 25 turn cooldown, targets 2 enemies with the highest HP for a 30% HP cut. Targets allies in a large range for critical percent up level 7, blow away percent up level 7 for 15 seconds, and targets dex typed enemies for a 70% chance of action 1. I don't like that 70% chance, I just wish it was 100%, but it is what it is. Ability, receive level 2 speed, cooldown, and 6 attack and HP to strength allies. Okay, so that's good for strength. That's really, really good for strength. I mean, just dex teams are getting absolutely crushed by them. I wouldn't say it's like game breaking or anything like that for strength, but like that is a good ability. It's a really good ability. The cooldown's nice too. I don't know if you'd be able to slide him in on the meta strength team, but like we'll have to wait and see again, do some testing. The final character is my boy Zoro taking down Apu. The artwork is clean. I really, really like this artwork. I'm a big fan of it. Shout out to Zoro. Good shout. So, interesting that Zoro is getting another unit. I feel like this man's gonna get a legend soon with like the rooftop scene. No spoilers for anime only watchers, but the boy pops off. Obviously, then there's even more coming as well. So you think that like this man's getting legend sometime soon, but he's a powerhouse slasher, which is interesting, and he is a strength unit, which is kind of cool. His captain ability, who cares? Special, reduces enemies of HP by 10%, ignoring all defensive effects. This is good, because you can use Shiro support. Reduces cooldown by 1 turn and changes all slots, including block, to strength. If the crew has an attack and all boost active, buffs the attack and all boost by 0.2. Otherwise, drastically reduces all enemies' defense by 1 turn and double. So he's a self-proccing conditional boost, unless if you don't have an attack and all boost. That's so weird. That's so weird. I mean, most of the time, for me, I'd prefer this, right? But then again, having this little bit of utility here is quite nice if there is, like, defense down immunity and you just need, like, a special cooldown, and then you just, like, an orb manipulator. He makes them all into strength, but because he's a sailor, gives strength beneficial to Slasher and Powerhouse. It works beautifully with X-Drake because, like, then you just have a full board of orbs with the X-Drake super type and the Zunasher as well. So, pretty good character, honestly. Like, and he has 2 turns special reverse on himself. If only he had fear, that would have been great, but he doesn't, so it's okay. We move. Once per quest, if supported character uses a special, changes their slot to strength and drastically reduces their enemy's defense by 1 turn on Luffy, Nami, Usopp, Sanji, Chopper, Robin, Brook, Frank. So any of the Straw Hats. Not a bad character. Definitely not a bad KIZUNA rare recruit. Nothing too, like, amazing, but definitely not bad. If this was sets the defense to 0, I'm a much bigger fan of that, rather than drastically reducing. But look, we move, we take what we get. The artwork's nice, very, very good KIZUNA rare recruit. X-Drake, honestly, not as good as, like, Toki. I wouldn't say he's as good as Toki. Probably better than the Beast Pirates in most, like as a staple, but obviously where Beast Pirates shine, they shine. Sanji Pudding's pretty outdated nowadays, I guess, and, Fire Tank Pirates, I can't comment too much on Fire Tank Pirates, I don't have them. Ace Sabo, still God tier, so I would probably put them around the Beast Pirate-y kind of tier, the X-Drake. He's good. Like, he's good. I just sort of, like, don't know how, like, with normal attacks only, like, I just don't know how amazing this is gonna be. But, like, with resilience, this is really good. This is really good. It makes him slower, though, because, like, you have to wait through animations and stuff. But, like, he's also sort of like a speed situation with his super typing here. It's not hard to do this. Like, this is easy. So, X-Drake, pretty interesting character. I will be doing some summons. This video's actually gone for a very long time, so I might make a separate video talking about the banner. Let me know if you guys are going to summon for him down below, but I do think the big prize here is, like, this artwork is just so beautiful. But that's going to wrap up the video anyway, homies. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to go down there and belt the like button for me. And if you're new, hit that big red subscribe button for me. 55% of you guys aren't even subbed. It's good OPTC content. What are you doing? But most importantly, wherever you are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. And as always, I thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Later!